Author's note: this video is my review of The Death of Superman, based on Superman by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, plus The Justice League by Gardner Fox, directed by Jake Casarena and Sam Liu, published by Warner Brothers and DC Comics. Starring the voices of Jerry O'Connell, Rebecca Romijn, Rainn Wilson, Rosario Dawson, Nathan Fillion, Christopher Gorham, Matt Lanter, Shima Moore, Nyambi, and Jason O'Mara as Batman. Rated PG-13. Special thanks to Bearded Doom Guy for the wing spike model for Source Filmmaker.
You sure you're not just getting old?
You'll have to tell me what that's like.
Ha! Super touche.
In 1992, DC Comics released The Death of Superman, which resulted in the Man of Steel biting the big one. 26 years later, the comic series finally gets a true adaptation with one half of the two-part movie series, The Death of Superman.
Does that asteroid unusual to you?
With the arrival of the ultimate killing machine Doomsday, Superman and the Justice League must do what they can to defend Earth from this abomination. And spoiler alerts, Superman dies. A lot of the film gave me a warm reminder of Superman, the animated series, minus the familiar designs of the past. These designs did remind me of the Boondocks in some way, and unlike last year's Batman and Harley Quinn, the animation was much more subtle in the non-combat parts. Not off the wall, but rather calm and collective. I also liked how Superman was portrayed. I always see him as an optimistic guy who always keeps a smile on his face, and they nailed that portion with this film. It's how I always see the Man of Steel. As for the romance between him and Lois Lane, I'm not really a fan of romance plots, but I did like how it all turned out, especially with the conflict between the two over Superman's secret identity.
Towel?
I don't sweat.
As for Doomsday, he was a much bigger threat in this film than in Batman vs. Superman. Actually, that's an understatement. What I liked about Doomsday was that he didn't hold back in his mindless killing of whatever got in his way. And while the climax did go on for a bit of a long fight, it was still great to see Superman and Doomsday fight it out. A much better fight compared to Batman vs. Superman. Don't know about Superman Doomsday, I've yet to see that film. I have two main gripes with the film. The first one was that I would like to see more of the Justice League. Sure, this may be Superman's film, but it wouldn't hurt to see more of the others like Batman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg. And I also had an issue with the eyes, as sometimes they looked like they were cross-eyed in some scenes, making it look a little weird.
Say Superman!
Superman!
Still, The Death of Superman gives me a reminder why DC animated films are still a great way to get your DC Comics fix. If you're in need of a new Superman film, feel free to check out The Death of Superman and keep your eyes peeled for The Reign of the Superman, due out in 2019, or at least around Comic-Con time, that's for sure.
I feel like I say this a couple of times a week, but thanks, Superman. I don't know what we'd do without you.